everyone, it's Judi here, and welcome to my next Animal Crossing Pocket Camp Let's Play. I just want to thank you so much for your support on this series, and I'm excited to continue it. That's a great way to start. Obviously, there's a long list of characters that haven't been confirmed yet for New Horizons, but these are just some of the ones that I'm more worried about. I'm not trying to throw any negativity. I'm super excited to play this game. And obviously these characters can't all be confirmed right now because if Nintendo gave us all the information on the new game, then there'd be nothing for us to explore and discover. With that said, I'm just going to get right into the video. So the first characters that I'm a bit worried about are Phyllis, Pelly, and Pete. With the new postcard rack in the airport, which seems to do about the same thing that the Postal Service used to do, there's not really a reason to have those characters. Unless, of course, we can eventually build a post office. And I did mention in a previous video that I wanted to send letters to our friends' towns. Maybe we can do that, but we can't do it until after we build our post office, because that gives us the right technology to send letters to other towns. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking more outside the box, but let me know what you think about this, and do you think we'll be seeing these characters in the next game? The next thing I want to talk about is that grave. That grave went viral almost instantly, and a lot of people have a lot of questions about it. Now, it could just be a decoration item, or maybe it really is serving a purpose. It is kind of similar to the gravestones that we've seen in New Leaf and Pocket Camp, but it seems to have a coffin attached to it, which is just really dark for a game like Animal Crossing, if I'm being honest. My best guess is that it's in honor of Tortimer, as he was our mayor in Population Growing Wild World City Folk, and then our island tour guide in New Leaf, and he did want to live out his last days on an island, but I don't really want to think about that. It's really sad. And then there's also been people that have been saying that it has something to do with Wisp. We can see that Wisp has a lot more interactivity in this game with his new nighttime activity, but the nighttime activity seems very similar to what he did in Population Growing, which was he basically has 5 spirits that the player has to go around and catch. And I don't think there was any gravestone involved in that. Obviously, it's been a very long time since I've played Population Growing, but as far as I can remember, there were no gravestones or tombstones. That being said, it could be that Nintendo just expanded on Wisp features, so now he does do something with the gravestone. But those are my 2 best guesses, are Tortimer or Wisp. But let me know in the comments below if you have, either if you agree or if you have a completely different idea. I would love to know. The next 2 characters I want to talk about are Resse and Cyrus. So even in Pocket Camp, over here we have Resse RV in Pocket Camp, right? But it literally doesn't do anything. Like, if you talk to her, it opens up the crafting menu, but if you don't talk to her and you just press craft, it opens up the exact same menu. So there's no reason to talk to her. And that being said, with the new customization workshop in New Horizons, there's really no reason to have Resse and Cyrus. Obviously, I don't want to see them removed, but I don't know if we really need them, so let me know what you think they're going to do in this new game, and if they're even going to be there. The next 3 characters I want to talk about are Chip, Joan, and Nat. I did previously say that the older characters would still be running the tourney events, and the younger characters would start new jobs in town, but after that direct and the trailers, it seems like the younger characters are actually doing exactly what their older relatives used to do. With Chip Jr., I think he obviously is running the tourney events, we've already seen that, but maybe that means that Chip will run his own little fishing bait shop. At this point, it's safe to expect fishing bait to be coming to this new game, and it would be kind of annoying if we could only get fishing bait during tourney events, so I think it makes sense for Chip to have his own little bait shop. For Daisy, May, and Joan, I'm a bit more concerned, because I really don't know what Joan could be doing. If Daisy May is selling the turnips, could Joan run a garden shop? Or a vegetable shop? Do we have different vegetables? But we haven't seen different vegetables. But we've seen different foods. And if there's different foods, are there different vegetables? Because you need vegetables to make food. Do we make the food? I don't know. But I don't think that Joan would run a garden shop because that would be Lief's job. And I also don't think that Nintendo's going to remove Lief because he's just become such a good character. So many people love him so much. I couldn't see this happening. Also, sloths are so popular these days. We shouldn't remove our sloths. There's a big fish. And usually I'd be excited, but I'm scared. Can this not be an oarfish? Okay. We got a salmon, a tuna. Okay, cool. I know my fish. Let me know if you think that Joan is going to be in this game. I'm really not sure what purpose she'll serve. But that being said, we are getting Daisy Mae, who is absolutely adorable, and with all of these characters, that's the case. It's not that Nintendo's just removing them, like this is awful, how could they do this? We're getting new characters, new villagers, new NPCs to meet and to get to know, and they're gonna serve different purposes. Their roles are gonna be slightly changed, and it's gonna be exciting to find out what everyone's doing. And as I said earlier, Nintendo can't just confirm all of this with us now, because this is going to be so much fun to explore when the game comes out. Which, by the way, is in only 27 days. I can't believe it's getting so close. And then Nat, I'm a bit more concerned about, because the only thing I could think of is Blathers has such a big museum, he doesn't want to run it on his own, so Nat runs the bug section, which would also be good for Blathers because he absolutely hates bugs. So this would be a welcome change for him. But if I'm being honest, I really don't know what purpose Nat is going to be serving in this game. Let me know what you think. The next one is Harriet. So I had a good long think about this because I love Harriet personally. I think she's such a cool character. Since we can craft our own hairstyles and hair colors, there's not a real reason to have Harriet. But that being said, I had to think about it. And maybe similarly to Pocket Camp, if I go to the event tab, you'll see these exclusive hairstyles that you can craft every now and then. Maybe Harriet does something like that, where you can craft your hairstyles and there's a lot of diversity so you can really get your character to look just like you look in real life, which is something that we couldn't always do in the older games. But there's also exclusive hairstyles that you can only get through Harriet, and you have to unlock her later in the game, and there's a lot of steps and a whole process to getting her, but maybe it is something like that where her hairstyles are just a little bit more special. The next character I want to discuss is Luna. So Luna is kind of a simple one to discuss, basically just depends on whether or not we have the Dream Suite. I really enjoyed visiting the Dream Suite in New Leaf, and it was so much fun to get to explore everyone's dream towns. I think we will probably have a similar feature to that in New Horizons, but we don't know if the Dream Suite is coming back, and until then, we can't really know if Luna is coming back. So that's something to discuss. Do you think that the Dream Suite is going to make a return? Then we have Katrina. Now, I wasn't even going to talk about her because I just can't see them removing her, but a lot of people have been raising concerns about her. So I guess we'll discuss it a bit. Honestly, I can't see them removing Katrina. She's become such an iconic character, and it would just be really weird not to have her, and I think it would also be easy to have her, because she could visit the town hall, just like we saw in the direct with all the different NPCs visiting. It would be basically the same thing she did as New Leaf, where she set up her tent and she visited us. And this also goes along with Red, who I also wasn't going to mention, but again, a lot of people were concerned about him. I think, like Katrina, he'll still have his little tent set up at the town hall, and with the larger museum, I'm sure there's even more art for us to collect, so I couldn't see them getting rid of Red. We haven't seen the art section of the museum, but I'm just kind of assuming that it's there. The museum is so beautiful, there's really nothing it can do to make me upset at this point. Now for the transportation. When I first saw the airplane, I was very excited to see Porter in a little pilot outfit. I thought it would look so cute if he had a little pilot jacket and headsets on. But that being said, I'm also really excited to get to know the dodos, and I even did a video where I drew them because there's been a lot of fan art for the new NPCs, but I haven't seen like any for the dodo birds, and dodo birds need love too, so I did a little drawing of them if you want to check that out. But with the dodos being the pilots in this game, I don't think that oh my gosh. But with the dodos being the pilots in this game, I really just don't see what role Porter could serve, but let me know if you have any thoughts about that in the comments. While we're on the topic of the transportation, there's been a lot of people raising concerns about Kapp'n. I don't think they'll remove Kapp'n. I think that Kapp'n might be the captain of the little sailboat that we can take to Harvey's Island, because in the direct, Harvey said that he's from a neighboring island, and we've also seen the sailboat on the Switch case and on the back of the Animal Crossing Switch like carved into it. So the sailboat seems to be something that's coming for us. Oh my gosh, it's coming to get us. No, the sailboat seems to be something new that's coming to the game, and I think it would make sense for Kapp'n to be the sailor of this boat. I definitely don't want to be in a boat that Gulliver is steering, that's for sure. Finally, the last character I want to discuss is Rover. So, in last night's trailer, it seems like we saw a little bit of the intro to the game. The fact that the character pushes her face up against the window makes me think that we're gonna have to design our character before that scene happens. And because we have the new menu where we can really pick exactly how we want to look, it does make you wonder what Rover's role is going to be if he's not asking you questions. I did see some people saying online that Rover is going to be sitting on the plane next to you, and he's like, by the way, what do you look like? And he hands you a mirror, and that opens up the customization menu, which you then pick. And I think something like that would be cute. But now that I think about it, in Wild World, Kapp'n was the one that kind of talked to you on your way to town. So if the dodo talks to you on your way to town, no, I just feel like Rover's going to be in the game. This game seems to be absolutely amazing and perfect and beautiful and wonderful, and I think part of that beauty involves a Rover. So I personally expect a Rover, but let me know what you think in the comments below. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say today. Which characters do you think will be returning? Which characters do you think will be gone? And what roles do you think everyone's going to be serving? Also, where do you think Dr. Shrunk? Because we did see KK Slider in a little corner in one screenshot, but we haven't seen Dr. Shrunk. And since we do have emotions in this game, that sounds so weird. Emotions. We have emotions. We can feel. Since we do have different expressions we can have, I do think that Dr. Shrunk will be returning. The best comedian in the world. Needs to be in this game, of course. But I just wonder how. Maybe we can build a stage? I don't know, let me know what you think. There's also been people talking about outdoor concerts, which I am here for. That would be so cute. Like a KK Slider concert outside on a summer night. Imagine inviting all your friends over and going to the concert. Okay, I would love that so much. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, and I will see you in the next speed build. Bye!